Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We got the full gang together. That's great. I'm Charbox AVA. I'm our host for tonight, but certainly not the master of
Boys are
ceremonies.
back in town.
The boys are back in town. What will they do?
Back in town.
Uh,
Sorry, I like that.
remix back in town for a sequel to The Boys.
Yeah. Like,
It has to
yeah.
be epic,
Anyway.
suitably epic. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and do just kind of small, quick introductions here. Um, we might have a small announcement or two, but otherwise, we're just happy to dig in to the game after recovering from this elemental attack on a supernatural hunter lounge. So we're gonna start, as always, from the top left with our boy, Mr. Holiday. Holly, take us away.
Hi guys, I'm Vin at VinVoxVA, and I'll be playing Mr. Holiday, the Fae.
Thank you very much. Next, we have our MC.
MC Lee House. What's up, y'all? I'm here to freestyle rap. I'm just kidding. I wish I could do that. That would be super cool. It's one of my dreams to be able to freestyle rap. But I would like to say that I am not playing anyone of note. I'm just playing everyone of note. So yeah, there's no one to really talk about because there's just like a shit ton of NPCs. Also, I will be a talking cat at some point, hopefully. So that's pretty cool.
You should have said house in the house, which
House in the house. I'm not that hip.
God knows, we all want you to be that hip.
Broke my
Glyza,
hip.
Darla.
Hello. I am Glyza, classical Glyza everywhere on the internet, and you can find me on bio.link/classical Glyza for everything that I do. Um, that's pretty much it. Today I'll be playing Darla. Somehow, um, stuck in this weird situation where she apparently is dating or has been dating three different supernatural people, even though she specifically said to every single one of them, no supernaturals, because she doesn't do supernaturals. But here we are.
They lied to you. That's pretty big red flag.
Pretty hard. Well, no, actually, the Phoenix never lied to me. We never dated. That's the thing.
Yep. Okay.
Phoenix
Oh,
has
okay.
never lied.
Okay. I see what's happening here. All right,
Phoenix
never
has
mind.
done everything else,
Take
though.
that
Yes, Phoenix has done literally everything else but lie.
Yeah. He also lost his phone last session, and Frank picked
Oh
it
well,
up.
poor dude.
Put it in
Poor-
his pocket.
Wah, wah. Oh no!
I'm
The
so
bad demon
sad.
lost their phone. Now they won't get to pester Darla forever. Keen, it's up to you. It's up to you.
Hi. Yeah,
It's up to you to save
It's
us.
up to me to say anything and introduce myself. Hi, I'm Brian Ha. I play Keen. I'm currently out in snowy LA, in a cafe. Uh, I'm also, I'm one of the actors whose hat is currently in the car, so I can't bring my bucket hat that I normally wear. And yeah, excited to play.
Excited to play,
But
Keen.
without your hat.
Yep. I do have something else though, so I'm good.
Well, hats off to you then. I couldn't think of anything better. Please, Cat, please spare me.
It was good.
Hi, I'm Kat. A cat named Schrodinger. Also, Cat and Schrodinger on Twitter and some other places. And I am playing Frank. And yep,
That's all
me.
you really need to know about Frank is that his name's Frank. That's really. Oh, and he sees dead people and visions.
Has ran over people with my car too, which is a little nice little fun fact.
Yes. Fun fact about Frank is he absolutely hates Alan's car.
Frank has the highest kill count among everyone in the group so far.
It's true.
Which is funny because it's the Oracle and it's the least combat related character in the whole
It's
game.
pretty good. Yeah, it's actually really great. So I am Chatterbox AVA. I play the Chaos Wizard Alan Lore. Perhaps a little bit more chaos tonight, if I'm being honest. More chaos, less wizard. Um, yeah, he's currently having a little freak out. But he's kind of just sort of a neurotic dude who just really cares about people who are very close to him, which is like everyone here, and maybe his ward Rika, and I guess Rika's boyfriend. So we're gonna have to start out what's gonna happen with everything, and Alan's got some ideas, but oof.
Take it away, Leland.
Oh, am I supposed to do that? Okay, take it away, Leland.
All right, thank you.
Take it away, Anthony. I will. I'm taking over the session.
Taking it away.
I have so
Right
much
now.
power.
Taking it away from you. Anyway, so last session was not super duper eventful, but some things were learned and some things happened, and it was kind of like essentially just the aftermath of the chaos that was the session before, which was where the main hunter hangout in town was struck by an elemental event. Anyway, the news says this actually. An elemental storm was spotted engulfing a lounge in North Linwood Cove last night. The entire building can be seen rapidly freezing in the following footage. There do not appear to be any casualties, as the elemental event did not last very long. We asked the local Wizard Council to comment, and we have not heard back from them. Again, that is the mainstream local town news, because this particular town is essentially aware, as almost as if the town is the aware archetype. But there's something magical sort of keeping a lot of this in, or making it seem like it's a fake or something to like outsiders or whatever.
So the spin-off of this show is somehow aware, and it's about the other townspeople.
Somehow, that's actually kind of a good idea. Anyway, shut up. That was a good idea. Okay, but yeah, so that's kind of just one interesting thing to note about the town. So this whole event wouldn't have been like, oh, what is that? It would, they identified it as elemental storm, which some things like that have happened since the veil dropped here in Linwood Cove. If you've ever seen the show Buffy, it's they kind of like joke about it in that show a lot, about like why no one from outside of the town is aware of all the crazy stuff that happens in the town, and why all these people keep living here even though tons of people are like dead, and there's just like grave anyway. It's a cool trope. But okay, so we're gonna start today off with kind of, because one of the main dilemmas of last session for the 3 people that were able to play that day, which was Alan Moore, Keen, and Frank. That one of their main dilemmas was we can't really get a hold of Mr. Holiday or Darla, which I kind of just like ran with. So one of the ways that we could go with this is, which we discussed previously, is that Virginia approached each of you after the major elemental event, Mr. Holiday and Darla. Virginia approached you, which Virginia is a fae herself. She's of the Summer Court. She approaches you outside of the building in an adjacent alleyway shortly after you all fled away from the event, because pretty much everyone fled away with the exception of the people that were trapped inside. Which can be seen on the last episode, which is highlighted on this Twitch channel. You can watch it later if you want. Anyway, it was good. But yes, so Virginia catches both of you kind of in the alleyway, and she's like, "Hey, come with me. I've got a place nearby. We can hide out in it for a second."
Okay, fine. Lead the way. I am with you.
All right, and she's sort of
I'm
she's
gonna
leading the
follow as well.
way she's leading the way down the sidewalk. You end up going probably about 3 blocks, and then you take a right. And along the way, while you're traveling, she's just like, um, you know why this happened, right?
You just give me a hint, please.
Gladly. Okay, so I'm not saying anything bad about Winterfell, okay? But
If you have to preface, I'm not saying bad.
okay, but,
I'm sorry. There's a but here. I'm gonna let you say
okay,
that, bud.
okay.
Go on.
Sometimes you all like are
Oh,
very
you
strict.
all.
You're very strict, okay? Okay, sorry. They apparently think that your friends had something to do with this maelstrom situation. They were perfectly content with the summer court dealing with the issue until it affected them, obviously, uh, which makes perfect sense to me. But their way of dealing with it is bring in the suspects and put them through questioning. So one thing that they do best is bring people in, and that's what they sent. They sent, I guess, I don't know what your, I don't know what the Winter Court calls them, but we call them Sentinels in the Summer Court. They're people that they're kind of like, I guess, Earth's bounty hunters, sort of. They tend to not get like very hostile, which I don't necessarily know if they adhere to that this time, but I think it was them that froze that bar. Like that had to be them.
I mean, that's a fair assumption with the ice sculpture. So
Yeah. But
I
yeah,
need
so
to-
they're not looking for you though. Um, they they even contacted me and asked me where you were. I told them I had no idea. That I told them that I didn't see you at the bar.
Good. I need to find my compatriots. Lest they be popsicles. Or worse, melted popsicles. Let's get somewhere safe first. You were in the process of doing that before the racial profiling. So by all means.
I'm really sorry. And she's like, starts to kind of do, I hate to racially profile her as a white woman, but she starts to do the whole like, I'm really sorry, you know, like I didn't mean to. She,
See, I grew up like
Got
this.
him.
just
Got him.
the summer court, they don't teach us too much about the winter court. Anyway,
Summer
and
court privileges. How dare you.
awkward conversation aside, uh, you're led back to what looks, it's like a little small like corner store bookstore that she owns, and there's just like a, you know, like a basement, like a downstairs like sort of basement area. um it's fairly high up on a hill, and I don't know, it's in the kind of more like the northern part of the map here, sort of around where the lodge is.
I'm
Probably
there
up.
too, right?
Yes,
behind.
yes, you're
Cool.
yeah. You all
I'm
are just
I'm
trailing down.
quietly
Hmm.
just hanging
ahead.
out, looking
Yeah.
at my phone.
Okay, of course.
No signal.
Once you all can get settled in after in your adrenaline settles, you're essentially in like just like a hangout spot. There's like a TV, and like there's uh funny enough fairy lights set up everywhere, and that are blinking all in unison, and even one of those galaxy lamps going and stuff. But then there's like tapestries on the wall and everything. It's just like a nice, like chill, like hippie girl aesthetic, like hangout lounge. And uh she whips you up like some freshly squeezed like fruit juice or something, like pomegranate juice, and and sits down with you all in like the lounge area. And once your adrenaline fades, you, Darla specifically, you notice that you don't really feel Phoenix's presence very much, and oddly enough, he hasn't checked in on you after this. Like, some time has passed. You would expect like a phone call, like, "Are you okay?" You have gotten texts from after some time passed, actually. Once you arrived here, because it wasn't like a super long walk, but it wasn't exactly a short one. But once you've arrived here and settled in and started enjoying your pomegranate juice, you do actually you get a text from Eric first,
I ignore that.
checking in on you, asking where you're at. It says he finally thawed out, felt like a damn popsicle. What the hell just happened?
Red.
Yeah. And then obviously you get the short, like, kind of sort of uncaring, like,
Mhm.
"I'm a cool vampire" text from Malik that's like, "You all right?"
Also red.
And so yeah.
Actually, having not heard from Phoenix, Darla actually sends a text for the first time to Phoenix. And it's like, cause she feels bad like summoning him and then ditching him. So she sends him a message like, "You okay?"
Yeah.
Question mark. And that's it.
Normally
That's
he
he would have loved that.
yeah, you know for a fact he's got like a ringtone for you that's real loud, and he, like, as soon as you message or call him or something, he knows immediately when it happens. Like, and honestly, he has that sort of demonic patron connection with you as well. So I'm sure he knows it for that reason also. But yeah, normally he would read it very quickly. Has not read it. But Frank,
I play it cool. I play it cool in front of like Mr. Holiday and everyone else that I just sent a text that didn't get a reply from somebody who normally replies. I play it cool. I just put my phone down and I am not looking at it. Obviously not looking at it every 5 minutes, waiting for a reply.
The phone's doing that thing where it keeps doing the notification until you check it, Frank. And you were in the bathroom, let's say taking a shower, get just kind of washing off the murder for the night, and then and you step out, and then you begin to hear Phoenix's phone making
The ringtone is, "It's Darla! Oh my gosh, it's Darla!"
there we go, that's perfect. You just hear that loud as hell.
I continue showering.
Yep. Excellent. It's just going, and then you hear scratching at the. You decided I imagine taking a long shower. You just killed two people. Uh, you you hear scratching at the door.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Well,
uh
your phone's ringing in here. It's Tiny Pete.
It's not my phone, Pete. But thanks.
Somebody named Darla. Is that somebody you've been seeing?
No. Do you want to like nudge the phone so it stops doing that? You can do that.
Oh yeah, my nose works just like a thumb.
Thanks. Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, and the German Shepherd goes and reads the text. So now the text is on red, but he didn't actually read it. He just like nudged it with his nose and walked away. And
I checked my phone and it's showing red, and I'm like, what? It's fine. It's totally fine. It's
Frank,
totally
what a wingman!
fine.
Holy cow!
And Virginia sits down with you finally. She's just sort of been frantically I don't know, cleaning up, I guess. Just one of those people that's like doesn't want her house a mess, I guess, when she has guests. I'm not one of those people in real life. I don't really care. Anyway, so she's cleaning up and she sits down with the two of you and says, and let's role play this scene here a bit. What? So, uh, that was eventful, huh? Are you all okay?
Well, my limbs are attached to my body. I have nerve endings. I can see. In all things considered, I'm fine.
Oh, that's good. That's so good.
I think I'm okay too.
But yes, honestly, I don't really know what to do in this situation. I mean, probably your best bet is to. It's not. I wouldn't consider it turning yourselves in, but definitely going to trial might get them off your back because obviously you all didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, from what I heard, you all were just using the maelstrom to travel back and forth between the Fey realm and stuff. Is something you obviously can't naturally do.
You know, maybe instead of turning ourselves in, ourselves, themselves, not me, we should consider the implications at this point. It won't blow over. Not one bit. Not even as a pun. So,
Alan's group
Yeah.
text gets sent out, so you guys would probably both see it.
Vin's phone is broken.
yeah, Holiday has no phone.
Then Darla maybe.
Sorry, Holiday's phone. Sorry.
What was the text message? It
Got
depends on the text.
Sorry, one second. Got a plan to take care of all this. We'll ask for anything I need. I'll also add in, come by the sanctum soon. Also, Darla and Holly, please answer your phones. Alan.
I reply, you don't have to sign your name every time you send a text.
Immediate call. Immediately being called.
I don't pick up. I'm busy.
You get D&D'd.
Alan's
Do not
looking at,
disturb it.
Alan's looking at his phone. It's like, it's very tough to love all of you. It's very tough to love all of you. And goes to his sanctum and is immediately doing the research on the thing I talked to you about.
I will turn to Mr. Holiday and say, Alan says he has a plan. Don't know what that plan is, and that he wants us to be at the sanctum. I didn't reply in any way that matters. I was just waiting till we have a good decision together.
Listen, if he has a plan, he has a plan. I wasn't going anywhere with that.
Right. Do you still need us, Virginia? We're gonna go to our friend's place.
No, just listen. The Summer Court is investigating this whole maelstrom thing. Our scientists believe it is just a natural phenomenon. So I will keep in touch with you as evidence surfaces about that. So could, obviously support your case in case you're all brought in or whatever. Just in case. But anyway, be safe, please, and watch your backs because they could be sending just about anyone after you at this point. Have you thought about this though, Mr. Holiday? You're the what is the leader of your court called?
Ooh, I don't know. Let's see.
The Monarch. Okay.
Ah,
The Monarch. The Winter Monarch, I believe, from what I've heard, has the power to summon her subjects at will. So I wanted to give you something that could possibly help you. And she opens up like a jewelry box, like a dusty jewelry box that she pulls out of like a cabinet underneath like her record player. It's just like a jewelry box that's sitting on top of like some records that she has down in the bottom. And she pulls it off and dusts it off a bit and opens it up, and there's just like a bracelet, and it seems to be made out of silver, and every few links of silver chain is has a blue sapphire in it. You can immediately tell it's got like fey magic in it. And she hands it to you and offers it to you, obviously, and says, "This will actually prevent that. It'll bind you to wherever you are, unless you willingly travel anywhere, of course. In which case, you just have to unlink the chain and put it in your pocket, and then put it back on when you're wherever you wanted to go."
Wasn't that charming? And mighty devilish of you, Virginia. I'm teasing, of course, but
I just, you're one of my only friends here, so I don't want you to get frozen into a block of ice. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, stay safe.
of course. Oh, that was mighty sad. It's scuttling off.
And as you all are leaving and heading back upstairs, you hear her say, "Sorry for being racist." She's going to be guilty about that for a while, I'm sure. So you all are, so everyone got a group text. So let's go over to whoever would like to do something next before we essentially gather everyone in one place. So if you would like, raise your hand. Okay. Anthony.
Alan is gonna do his Sanctum Sanctorum and get the things he needs for his plan.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so take it away. tell us what this move does, because it's pretty cool.
Pulling up on my phone here. So the thing is called Sanctum Sanctorum. So the biggest reason why wizards have a sanctum is so they can do stuff like this. When you go to your sanctum for a spell ingredient, relic, or tome, roll with spirit. 10 plus, you get pretty much just a thing. 7 to 9, you got something else, but it's flawed or lacking in some significant way. On a miss, you don't have what you're looking for, but you know someone from another circle who probably has it in stock. So I'm rolling with spirit to determine if I have the thing I need for the plan that Alan will explain once everyone's gathered.
Excellent. So, in particular, you are looking for what are you looking for in particular?
Basically looking to create or find a container that can contain storms.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay.
So, or contain magical energy in some way. So I'm rolling my 2d6 because I have 2 spirit.
Okay.
That is an 11. That is a 3 and a 6.
Okay, I believe you. That's very good. Okay. Okay. You find. I got it. Got just the thing. You find a magical coil that is made out of a rare metal that is only found in like meteorites. This particular coil is inside of a glass, like a see-through glass vase, with like a cork in the top of it. It's fairly large though, which is good. It's fairly large, and the glass is fairly thick. So you find like something that can hold some potent energy. It's just in your junk drawer, essentially, your wizard junk drawer, like back behind the broom or the broom and mop.
So what he's gonna do next while everyone's on their way, with the coil and the jar, in the jar, he gets some wrapping paper, and he begins to kind of just wrap the body of the vase, but not the cap because nothing's in there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And he's basically going to get a like a bow, like a little like gift bow, ready and kind of put it onto the vase, and basically preparing everything but getting it in the jar. And so it has maybe might look to like Rika and Rika's boyfriend. How's he doing?
Well, he's still unconscious. I'm not really sure he's gonna have his leg in full use once all this is over. I think he had some pretty bad uh, frostbite on his leg and shin, but uh, I don't know. We need to find some magical healing, maybe, to get rid of it. I don't really have access to that.
I have Holly.
Do you-
Holly will be here soon. I think
Okay.
I'll find them if I have to. He certainly has a lot to explain.
Oh, okay. Well, try not to argue with anyone. I mean, it needs to be a peaceful environment for Ray to heal. You know.
There's no argument. I have a plan.
Okay.
I think they'll listen to me. I hope they'll listen to me.
All right. But yeah, thanks for getting us out of there. Of course, as always, you saved my ass twice now. So
This is why wizards do what we do. We attain power to protect people we care about.
thank you. That means a lot. I'm I haven't eaten since long before the party. I need to go and get some food. Could
He's
you
not going anywhere. I'll
okay.
I'll look after him.
Thank you. You want anything? Got some good bread I picked up from the store the other day.
Just get me something that you can put in the fridge. Don't think I'm gonna be eating until my day's done.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. And she steps, out of the room and heads towards the exit, and just gonna probably just drive up the street and get some takeout or something. Instead of make something. All right. So you're essentially just collecting the item and have plan on using it in the future, right? You were just kind of using your sanctum move to look for it. Is that all you wanted to do?
Basically, until everyone got here.
Okay, works for me. Okay. Does Keen or Frank, do either of you want to do anything before heading to Alan's cool wizard palace?
I do.
Okay.
I mean, also first off, the moment Darla sends a message, Keen is also gonna call as well.
So you're on your way out this time, headed towards, I guess, your vehicle at this point. You get a
Yeah,
Darla doesn't pick
okay.
up.
And then Keen is already on his way to the lodge to basically help out.
Okay.
With his Molotov cocktail.
Okay.
He's
Uh,
also...
When
Go
you
ahead.
get there, you find that with the exception of the base of the building and the sidewalk around it, it's relatively thawed out. It just seems like a lot of natural ice not the beer, but
Yeah.
bad joke. Anyway, a lot of natural ice formed around the base of the building.
Are
While
there
the
still
majority of what froze the people on the inside and stuff was just like elemental energy.
Okay. Does it see? Are there still people, like large groups of people trying to warm themselves?
Yeah, they've got a bunch of space heaters inside the place. And once you peek in the window, like you see a bunch of people just huddling around space heaters and
If
covered in towels and
to the people peeking in the window, I'm gonna grab like a public trash can, one of those like garbage can, like metal,
yeah.
and then I'm gonna fling my Molotov inside so it could create like a bonfire.
Okay, that works.
You know.
That works.
uh,
Yeah, it's got a bunch of like half frozen like paper and
Yep.
styrofoam and stuff in
Yeah.
it, but whatever.
Yep.
The
Yep.
flames aren't exactly great to breathe in, but you know, you
Yep.
create some warmth.
Works. And then I'm gonna go to Tori because I want to ask her if Virginia's around.
Okay, you see Tori. She's got her regular clothes on, but she also has like a bathrobe over her clothes, and her hair like pulled up in a towel, and she's got like some winter gloves on, and she's with her kick-ass combat boots. You see her just sort of poking around talking to people, and she notices you come in, and she comes over and is like, well, you picked the perfect time to not come to the party that was about you, so that's interesting.
My condolences.
Oh, no one died.
Yes, but to
Well,
see the lodge in this shape and also the casualties.
none of the club members died. You know your friend. Never mind. We cleaned it up.
My friend who?
Frank, just tell Frank he owes us one. We cleaned it up. I don't really know how to contact him. So.
I will let him know that. Out of curiosity, is Virginia around?
No. She left. She was outside. I think before all this happened.
Hmm.
I don't know if she was outside making a phone call or something because it was so loud in here with the jukebox and stuff. But
And I haven't seen Virginia outside, right?
no, I could let me call her for you real quick.
Okay.
And then she grabs her phone and kind of takes the sleeve of her shirt and wipes away some of the frost and calls Virginia and I have a phone right here. Close this phone up to her. It rings a few times and then eventually gets answered. Hey, you all right? Yeah. Okay. Where you at? I'm just wondering. Oh. Okay, yeah, no, I don't blame you. Yeah, we got that King guy here. Finally showed up to his party, I guess. Conveniently late. No, maybe he had something to do with all this. No, I'm just kidding. We know who did it. Yeah.
If you are accusing me, I do have a
No, it's a joke.
Oh,
It's a
yes,
joke.
yes.
I know you're
got it.
fine. You're cool. You're cool, man.
Haha. Is that laughing? Am I laughing right now?
Yeah, it's close enough.
Okay.
It's not exactly convincing,
I'm
but
communicating to you that I'm laughing.
thank you. Okay. Well, okay. Oh, they just left? Yeah, your friends were over with Virginia. They just left. Yeah, Virginia's at her bookstore, about 4 or 5 blocks down.
What kind of friends?
Your friends, the yeah, Holiday, and Darla.
Okay.
Yeah, they just left. So, well, you want to talk to her?
Well, I want to talk to Virginia.
Virginia? Yeah, and she holds out her phone.
Salutations, hello.
Hey.
It is nice to meet you. I am Keen.
Well,
Have you
yes.
heard of me?
Yes, yeah. You hang out with you've hung out with the others a bit, right? That were
Yes.
that were being celebrated at the party. Yeah, okay.
Yes, and I'm also a business owner, so if you ever need anything, you can always reach out and ask me and see if what I can do.
Okay. No, that's good. Um, yeah, they apparently apparently they said they were going to their friend's house. Are they headed to your cafe or
I believe they are headed towards the Sanctum, or the is that what the place is called? Right? Yep, the Sanctum.
the Forgotten Room? Yeah, it is a sanctum, the Forgotten Room.
One of my other friends' place. Out of curiosity, were were Vin and were Darla, were they with you during this um attack?
Um, they I just saw them outside and and they're all of you are being accused of causing that maelstrom in the Fey realm. I don't
Yes.
know if they've told you that or not, but
Oh, I'm very well aware of it.
okay, yeah. You're all being accused of that, and I wanted to let them know in a private, comfortable space and talk to
Mhm.
them about it, and so we ducked out of that situation pretty quickly. Um, but
Uh,
they're I guess on their way to Alan's. That's his name, Alan. Yeah,
yes.
Alan's
Um,
house.
yes. So it seems like you interacted with them in the aftermath. But I do have a question that I was actually meaning to ask you. Is there a way, or is there a device that can provide a stable connection and a way of communication between this current world and the Fey realm, or the Fey world?
Um, yeah, there are a few different ways to do it. Uh, we we use these things called speaking stones. I should have one around here. I could. I mean, I can. If you mind helping me out in the future or whatever, I can just give it to you.
Yes, quite definitely so.
Okay. All right. So you would owe Virginia a debt,
Virginia Debt. Okay.
and she will give you a set of these like purple, purple and gray river carved stones that are like wrapped in a some sort of rope, some sort of yeah, I guess like a hemp rope, and I guess
Rope.
you sort of like hang them in the air, and like they sort of just like rock back and forth on the string, and like you can talk to people
Oh,
through them.
interesting. Thank you very much. This is a very
Uh,
useful item that may come in very handy quite soon enough.
and I could be. She says I could be up there in just a few minutes. If you don't mind waiting around, I can give it to you. Give you the item.
Yes,
Okay.
perfect.
So yeah, she's a few minutes down the road. She just
Hmm.
drives her car up here. But yes, very quickly it seems the hunters had their cleaners come in and like just power wash their parking lot and get rid of the evidence of the two dead fae. Like very swift, very professional.
Yeah.
Um, they have experience getting rid of bodies of supernatural creatures. I'm sure. It's
Mhm.
fucked up as this. Um, and Frank, would you like to take care of any business at your house? Do you want to mess around with Phoenix's phone or do
I want to
anything?
mess around with Phoenix's phone.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Um, it's got a there's like a tech. Why am I messing with your
So I
characters? There we
think, without thinking too much, I'm gonna respond to Darla's message and say, "Yeah, I'm fine. Why?" Just like not thinking too much about
Yeah,
the fact
push.
that this
Yeah,
isn't my
push.
phone.
Okay.
Yeah, got it. Frank's life is just in a bit of a daze anyway. Like, makes sense. So yeah, you get a text. Who's driving? Mr. Holiday or Darla? Which one of you has a car? That's actually probably the better question.
I don't remember who had the car.
Okay, let me.
Yeah. I mean, we can rock, paper, scissors and just like decide. I don't know.
You
Oh, right.
you could drive, I guess.
All
It's fine.
right.
I will look at the phone and I would be like, the
Oh,
jerk.
okay. Mr.
And then
Holiday has a decent car. So what kind of car do you
Right.
drive?
Listen, I don't know the breeds of cars.
Okay, I don't know
It's been
car
a
breeds
while.
either,
It's
so
a
I don't know why I
decent
asked you
one.
that question.
Breeds of cars.
it's
decent
a
one.
No
decent
car
breed
breeds.
of car.
It's pretty. Does it have 2 or 4 doors? That's all I need to know.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Is it a thoroughbred? or
It
is
has
a-
at least one door.
There's at least 1 door.
It is,
At least-
according to the rule book, decent. It is a decent car.
Okay, it's a
Got it.
decent
All
car.
right, decent car driving down the road. All right, sorry I interrupted you, guys. Continue.
No, I was just saying that Darla would look at her phone and go, "This jerk," and then puts her phone away.
Oh dear. Is it jerk number 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, X, Y, Z?
It's the demon. And you know what? I don't even.
That really doesn't
know.
clarify, given your history.
Okay, first of all, you're right.
Yes, dear.
But also,
I know.
it's that Phoenix guy. My patron. Like, I don't even know why I texted him. Like, I was just worried. Apparently, he's fine, so it's
Oh,
fine.
you were worried about your patron.
Well, okay.
Both hands are off the
technically
steering wheel, I want to say. Just like.
Technically, not really, but mostly because, you know, I did summon him to deal with the stuff that was happening. And I was a little worried, just a little bit. I hope he's fine. But you know what? He's a demon. He's probably fine. It's okay. I don't even want to think about it. It's fine. I just texted to see if he was all right. And he said he's fine. Whatever. It's okay.
The fact that you're concerned about a demonic entity and texting, are you okay? It's really funny.
Okay, you know what? It's not super funny. It's just he did save me twice now.
And
So
normally you have this thing, they put it in media called tsundere. You're typically very tsundere with him.
let's just focus on getting to the sanctum.
I'm just trying to understand where we're standing in the situation. This is all
Okay, first of all, I have this rule for whatever reason. I said no supernaturals, and apparently every single person that's interested in me is a supernatural. So I'm a little bit frustrated about that.
You're concerned
That's-
as a supernatural person that it's other supernatural creatures are interested in you. Okay, that makes a lot of sense,
I
darling.
just don't want to date supernaturals. As a supernatural, I know exactly how messed up my life is, and I don't want to date a supernatural. And yeah, it sounds
But
selfish.
at least from that angle, that would be someone who
understands.
understands your plights.
I just don't want to deal with that. I just want to have a separate non-supernatural life.
That's
And
impossible.
I feel like that's not too much to ask.
I think that's a lot to ask.
It's a whole bunch.
It's fine. It's okay.
It's a
I'll
lot.
just be
It's not.
alone. You know, I'll just not date. It's okay. It happens. It's
Until
fine.
you finally
What are you laughing about?
The day when you finally fall into the arms of your patron like a
Okay,
romance novel.
no. That's not gonna happen. I don't know why he has this weird thing about me, but that's maybe because he's just interested in keeping his, you know, investments safe. That's all there is.
I've been a part of this saga for quite some time. I know how this goes. You're not hiding anything from me.
Let's just go. Let's just
We've been going this
quietly
entire
drive.
time.
You have
I'll play some music,
Speaking
and
of
then I just
going,
turn on the music really loud to whatever station is playing, and it is unfortunately like the channel that it turns to is all romantic songs, and it's just like it. And whenever Darla tries to move to a different one, it gets stuck to more romantic songs. That's just what's happening right now in the car, and Darla is annoyed.
All by myself. Don't
Don't
want to
wanna
be.
be all by myself.
Just
Anyway.
need somebody to love.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna.
Oh, don't rickroll us.
that's what I was thinking.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You can do it just a little bit. It's fine. Okay. So, as you're driving, as you were
Mm.
driving the whole time. Mr. Holiday was right. Um, you go past this building here, the ossuary, which is which most of you kind of know what a lot of these locations are. This seems to be like a hangout spot for sworn characters. Its cover is that it's like a big Masonic temple. Um, but really it's a meeting place for sworn to gather and discuss all sorts of things, and they also store artifacts and vanquish and the bodies of vanquished enemies here and stuff. Um, so it's got a pretty gnarly aspect to it, hence why it's called the ossuary, which is a place where you keep bones. But you're driving by this place and you notice like four people just standing out front, like guarding the front door, that like eyeballing you as you're driving by. They don't have any visible weaponry on them or anything, but we can definitely tell they're guards, and so security's real tight at this place. They're not too far down the road from the lodge, so they obviously caught wind of this whole situation. But eventually, you all arrive. As everyone, um, okay, let's get back to Phoenix's phone real quick before we have everybody show up at the Forgotten Room, and then we'll go on a quick break. But so Frank, you're messing around on Phoenix's phone, and you're not really sure how to unlock it at first, but I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. You're an oracle. You have that move, right?
I have that move.
Psychometry.
Yeah.
You can if I'm not even gonna make you roll for it because it's just something super minor, but you use a little bit of psychometry and a little bit of phone and a little bit of looking at the phone finger grease, and you determine the code for the phone to unlock it. So yeah,
No.
he's too cool to clean his phone very often.
I
but,
would imagine he's too much of a demon to leave finger grease, but I was wrong about that.
Yeah, he eats a lot of chips. And anyway, so you open up the phone, and the background on the phone, as soon as you open it, is a picture of Darla's face. Just like smiling. But it looks like really zoomed in, like it might have been taken from afar and then zoomed in and then turned into a background.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And there are a few, apps, a lot of apps that your typical modern person would have on their phone, like the social media ones and stuff. And but you do find like some links to some memos on the front screen, and they are just these. once you open them up, you can immediately tell what you're getting yourself into. They're just these manifestos and confessions of love, and I can't stop thinking about her. Uh, she is my everything, my all, uh, my eternal. Um, so frail, so beautiful. Blah blah blah. Just all sorts of um, icky kind of stuff. This kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, it goes on, and it's a very long. It would probably be about, like, if typed out on a computer, it would probably be about like 20 pages. But it's typed out on a phone in the memo app.
I spend very little time actually reading these.
Yeah, you just scroll through just to get an idea how long it is, and you're like, whoa, hold up.
That's enough of that.
Yeah. um,
Very quickly, that's enough of that.
yeah. And you do find.
I want to look for pictures. I want to like go through the pictures.
Okay. Okay, that was actually what I was thinking too. Yeah, there's a lot of um, pictures that I would say half of them seem like they were kind of taken from some sort of distance, and the other half are pictures of Darla, like obviously not wanting Phoenix to take her picture, just being like, oh my god, stop it, would you stop? Nothing like super super gross, but just creepy, and just creepy enough to be like, okay, all right, well. This obsession is starting to become problematic. I guess
Starting?
once it became an
Starting?
obsession, I think that's
I
what
don't know
it
about
is.
starting. I think it's already problematic.
Yeah, exactly.
He spelled my beating heart.
It began that way. It was birthed in problems. um, but yes, and there are pictures of other people, though, uh, various people. Um, Nothing, you know, that you can definitely tell, like, that there's something kind of different about the when he takes pictures of Darla, compared to when he takes pictures of these other people. And your psychometry, you immediately get for many of these people that have their random pictures in his phone, uh, a lot of them are dead. Um, you can just tell. Like, you're like, well, okay, that person's dead. You just get the gut feeling, and you've kind of learned to.
Dead. Like my parents going through their wedding photos.
Yeah.
Like my parents go through their wedding photos or their wedding video every once in a while, and they're like, "Oh, they're dead. They're dead. They're dead."
Oh, that's so morbid.
And there's more dead people in the photos than there are living people. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, exactly like that.
That's my parents.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I scroll through these dead people, I'm gonna scroll faster and faster and try and look for. I'm looking for my wife.
Okay. You scroll probably through over 60 different images, each a different person, because you eventually get to where it's no longer pictures of Darla. So when you first started scrolling through the album, it was just pictures of Darla, and then it's these, and then you start getting further back in time. How long have you and Phoenix had your whole demonic arrangement?
Let's say 2 years.
2 years? Okay. So it's like so there's a trend. It's all pictures of Darla for the past like year and a half on in the album, and then you get to another 6 months and it's pictures of Darla with occasionally with a dead person, not their corpse, but a person just living their life in the daily world, getting sort of spied on and having their picture taken by Phoenix, but you can tell that they're dead, interspersed, and then it eventually, after that 2-year mark, or later than that 2-year mark, it starts being just only pictures of essentially targets, from what you've gathered. But like I said, you get about, how long ago was your wife killed?
Like a year ago.
A year ago. Okay.
A little bit more than a year ago.
Okay, so you scroll through all of the pictures, you can't find her, and then you go back, and then you're scrolling back through just to be sure, and you find out it's one of the first. It's among the first pictures of targets that you find. You find right next to a smiling picture of Darla. You scroll over, it's a picture of your wife sitting in a Starbucks.
My wife never drinks Starbucks.
Wait,
Sitting
is
No,
is
that's
Darla
just-
with?
No, it's
Okay,
just that it's just the order that the pictures are in Phoenix's phone. So
Sorry
right
about
around
that.
the time that he met you and started taking pictures of you is around the time that his wife was killed. Frank's wife was killed.
Huh.
But yeah, that's how does your character react to seeing the picture of your living wife? Sorry, where would she be if she doesn't eat drink?
No,
Starbucks?
she could drink Starbucks. I'm just
Okay, all right.
being a dick.
Maybe she got a chai tea.
She's at a Starbucks. Probably, I don't know, like what's that feeling you get when you realize you're on the right track? So now I'm looking for pictures of my daughter. Cause like wife's dead. I can't do anything about that anymore. Now I'm like focused on like keeping my daughter alive.
Yeah, you don't actually find any pictures of them. And one of the things you noticed while scanning the manifesto is that Phoenix is trying to, I guess, change his ways a bit, and has been trying to. I'm trying to change for you. You see in one of the bits of his writing.
Wow, this guy. Ooh, yikes. I think I'm gonna hold on to this phone.
And you can do a proper. We can later on, if you want to investigate it even further, we can do a proper psychometry check and get even more information.
Yeah,
It'll just be an object you continue to gain information from.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm gonna throw it in my pocket, and I'm going to go about the rest of my daily, whatever. We're going to Alan.
Yeah. So it's essentially like the next. It's we could just say it's still kind of like the same night, but it's probably like 3 or 4 in the morning by this point. So everyone's just, I mean, whatever. It's a supernatural game. Most people probably stay up late anyway, to hang out with the vamps, right?
Sure.
I'm just kidding. But yes, it's a very late. Hey, this is an emergency. Come over to the sanctum. So we'll say everybody. Just to round things off, timeline wise, everybody is headed to Alan's roughly about the same time, and just sort of, you begin to notice each other, walking towards the building. And we'll go ahead and take a break there, and we'll pick back up with everybody just standing out front of the sanctum, pretty much arriving at the same time with Alan inside. So.
Everybody, yeah.
All right, guys.
No.
see you guys in 10. We'll do just a quick 10 and we'll get back to it. All right, see you guys soon. Bye bye. Sanctum Sanctorum. We are back.
Hey everybody. Hold on, let me adjust this microphone here. Okay. We are gonna pick back up with everyone meeting Alan at his house. House, quote unquote, because it's the Sanctum Sanctorum, let's be honest. It's pretty cool. So they are essentially I imagine it's just like a big building on the side of like a main street in town, and it's just like a big historical building. Most people think it's like an old like Greek Orthodox church or something, I imagine, and don't really think anything of it.
I was thinking
Go
more of
ahead.
like an Art Deco place actually. It's like something
Oh,
Art
okay.
Deco, like a
Okay, so
very like a
cool.
skyscraper Art Deco skyscraper from the 20s.
So people might think it's like a museum or something. Yeah. Oh, cool. It's this museum that's never open to the public. Don't ask too many questions. But yeah, sorry, I should have asked you to begin with. Okay. So everyone's you know that they're there. I imagine someone had texted you and said, "Hey, we're here" or something. So you step outside and you see all of your compatriots. I guess we can call them that. All of your fellow cast members as characters standing out in front of the Forgotten Room.
Hi guys. Holly, Darla, it's very good to see you safe. Was very worried. Probably tell by the calls and texts I've made. Come on.
Yes,
Fine. We were fine.
Well, I didn't know.
that
I
is
couldn't have
good
known
to
that,
hear.
but
I mean, I replied.
yes, you did. 12 to 14 hours later. Just guys, I don't want to worry about it. Come on. Holly, real quick, a friend of Rika's, they took some damage during the escape. Could you heal them? They have a lot of frostbite on them. If you have any energy left, that'd be really appreciated.
Of course, I can do that fairly easily. Show me to them, please.
Of course. And Alan shows them to Ray.
Okay. Yeah, and you know, Rika's back by this point, and she's finishing up like a milkshake. She had already eaten like her fries and like chicken wrap from the store, and so oh hi, I think we met before, Mr. Holiday, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's nice to see you again. So, are you capable of helping my friend? He's, and she like lifts up like the blanket, and he's got like shorts on, some basketball shorts, and you can see like his right leg is like badly frostbitten. Like
Mm.
a good 70% of it is like just like dark, dead flesh. Like,
Mhm.
um, I don't know if you've ever seen Frostbite before, but it's pretty.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's so annoying.
Hence the grimace. That's terrifying.
Yeah. And Ray is and if you're curious, Ray is in the NPC anchors section. Ray is a sworn. Just to give everybody an idea who Ray is. Ray is a student at the local university studying forensic anthropology, and Ray likes to dress as a vigilante and take on the role of Indigo and fight crime. So Ray's like just your local resident superhero who people think is probably like just has some sort of delusions of grandeur or something, or like
Do
something.
we know
Something
he's hanging out as a superhero?
that people
Or is
who
that his secret?
people who are in the supernatural community know, but like people outside of the supernatural community don't know who Indigo is. It's obviously maybe not great policy, and it might like the identity of Ray may slip to humans who are unaware of. Well, I guess no one's unaware in this city, but anyway. But yes, Ray is unconscious and just frostbitten to hell and back. So, how does your healing power work? Let's see.
You're
Oh,
muted, Vin.
I'm muted again.
No, Vin is.
Vin's muted.
Okay, let me read that again. Nature's Caress. Your touch heals 2 harm, starting with critical harm, wounds closed, bones knit back together, etc. You cannot use this power on yourself.
Okay, sorry, I'm updating your XP and stuff. All right, yeah, no, yeah, that's okay. So you don't have to roll. You just you just do your
Yeah.
thing.
Since Mr. Holiday is a winter fae, I feel like this kind of goes in like a mode of reversal. Like their hands skim over the frostbite and like it just seeps right into their fingers. Like they practically absorb the frost damage into themselves.
Oh, that's perfect.
Not taking damage, but like kind of reversal.
I love it. No, that's great. Yeah. So Ray, Ray's leg is still a little damaged, but it's not something that it's nowhere near as bad. So like he's not gonna lose a toe or anything. Like he's just got like a little bit of like skin damage on like the very most surface of his leg. And they're still, like I said, they're still unconscious, and they're sort of rolling around. Once the healing takes an effect, they begin to like roll around in a sort of restless way, and then their eyes open. Oh wow, that feels a lot better.
Welcome to the waking world, Ray.
Enrica's like, oh my god, that's the first thing you say. I'm so glad you're okay. Oh yeah, I'm glad you're okay too. Hey, good save. I don't remember much after you teleported in, but thanks, Alan. That was awesome. I didn't know how we were gonna get out of there.
I was returning the favor since you helped Rico. That's what matters. In
You
any
you
case,
got us out of there, right?
no, I did not. That you have Frank to thank for that. He did the. I won't say it's dirty work. I would say it's more. It's dirty work. He did the
What?
dirty work.
What dirty
I
work?
took out the trash, and by the trash, I mean Alan's car.
He also ran my car into the people putting the freezing spell in the bar. by running them into a dumpster. So trash is involved in on 3 layers of this conversation.
Also, Frank, you do owe a debt. Just letting you know.
To whom?
I just give a questionable shrug that I have seen as an action done before.
Mr. Holiday, I think this is probably the first your character. Same for Darla. This is the first your character has heard that Frank ran over to the two Fae that were casting the spell on the building.
You know, we're going to keep a very even face about that.
Darla's gonna go, "You did a murder?"
2 murders actually, but they struck the first blow. That doesn't.
I would call it a self-defense.
It was self-defense.
So,
Totally.
so does that mean that, Darla, you weren't there during the fight?
No, I was
Then
not.
as well, I'm assuming.
We all scattered, and then Rika. I tried calling Rika, and they were still in the bar. I had to go back. Frank helped me out because I couldn't teleport out, and by the end of it, we had 2 dead Fae and a very broken 2001 Aztec, which I still have yet to hear from my insurance on that, but that doesn't matter right now.
Got it. I just wanted to
Right.
get the full picture since I was not there at all. But you said you have a plan, right?
Yes, I do. Per our last conversation, took some thinking.
Not that I care or anything, but did y'all know where Phoenix went?
Do we know where Phoenix went?
Okay. You do, in particular, Frank. Again, this is out of character. So your character, when you picked the phone up, you saw the remnants.
Out of character, I know where he went, but I don't know if Frank
Okay.
knows.
Okay, Frank would also would have seen the remnants of the portal next to where the phone was laying.
I don't think Phoenix is currently relevant to this situation, is he?
I don't know. I was more focused on what they wanted. Before they died, they told me. Strangest form of subpoena I've ever been dealt with. I've been thinking on how to fix the situation, at least partially. And I have it. And he brings down the jar, the like nearly wrapped jar with the coil inside. This is called a chaos container. I just invented that name, chaos container. Sounds nice. This chaos container is going to take that storm that we are being persecuted with. It's going to drain it into this jar. And so long as the jar remains sealed, it will not trouble anyone ever again. That's part 1 of the plan. If there needs to be a part 2, I already have a part 2. But as simple as
And
a
what's
ritual.
the part 2?
Well, if I do this ritual to put the storm inside of this container, and the Winter Court still has issues with us, I'm going to give the storm back to them, perhaps a little bit more directly.
I am looking at Mr. Holiday because I know Mr. Holiday is of the Winter Court, and just like looking back and forth at Alan and Mr. Holiday, and I'm like,
Sound good?
hey.
Anyone have problems with that? Part 2?
I'm going to ignore this whole thing, and I am going to I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I'm also like, I'm just gonna sort of back away from this conversation a little bit and try to reach my patron, not through the phone this time, but through our connection. Do
Okay,
I connect to the bastard?
Okay, so.
Okay, bye, Darla. And just like because like Darla is ignoring the conversation and moving away, and just sort of like, Well, okay. So how does that
Wouldn't your second plan cause another lodge incident, if not even worse?
Well, part two isn't necessary unless they decide to continue to hunt us. Mainly because we didn't do anything wrong. In fact,
Right.
the problem was of natural causes, but they want to blame people, and this is not an offense to Holly, but one big issue that I've discussed with you before in interacting with the courts is the politics of the courts tend to be involving disproportionate response. They tend to
Mhm.
send a hammer when all you need is a knife. They send in people to freeze everyone inside a bar when they could have just handed us a letter and say, we've been subpoenaed, we've been served. And when you decide not to do that, if you're going to interact with humans in the future, you need to understand that humans aren't passive objects to interact with. I am not a passive person. I am an active person. And I'm frankly quite tired of this winter court situation being about them putting the guilt on us. If we go to trial and we don't get a fair trial, I'm going to release the jar. And they're free to handle that storm in their capital however they please. That is one thing I will at least take credit for.
So your plan is still not gonna. Your main plan is still not gonna help us evade from getting trial.
No, this is going to help resolve the situation because then there is no storm. Part one of this plan is no storm, so no one has to start throwing guilt or blame around.
Well, do you know if if the Winter Court, if they use the storm to begin with to come into this world?
Well, not exactly. I'm not entirely certain. I mean, Holly would know that information. Holly.
It's the storm only that there's it's only just a byproduct of the storm that those portals exist at the playground. Um, and
Hmm.
that was one thing that Nexus mentioned. Was that this is just like some sort of natural phenomenon, and he was just taking advantage of it to travel back and forth between the realms and see the sights, and then also, fly into the maelstrom because it was quote unquote fun for the magical cat to do.
And also, since it's a natural phenomenon, it's not the same maelstrom, is it? Is it?
Okay, so essentially, the maelstrom is incredibly predictable in like the weather experts in the Fey realm are very good at reading the maelstrom. The maelstrom tends to stay on this predictable path, and it tends to only get so big. And essentially, what happened is it magnified in size like exponentially
Mm.
and went errant and crashed into the summer court city, wrecking it, and then 3 days later, or 2 to 3 days, about 2 days later, made its way over to the winter court city and destroyed it. And your characters were all the last ones to interact with it, essentially,
I meant
minus Mr. Holiday.
to clarify. I'm asking if the maelstrom basically comes and go, and then comes again. Is that the same maelstrom, or is that the another one?
It's it would technically be a new one. It's formed from like weather patterns and like
Okay.
strange winds and strange magical winds and stuff.
So even if you capture a maelstrom, what if another one appears?
Yeah. Well, the one that wrecked the city is the same one.
Is
But
the same one.
is the same one. But traditionally, the maelstrom will just like any normal tornado, just sort of like just become wispy and then disappear. And it would do that like whatever, like it probably like runs during it probably like is active during the spring and the summer, and then is inactive the other 2 seasons. Essentially, is what
Mhm.
I guess you could say a way to relate it.
Yeah.
Um, but this particular maelstrom has been just like ramped up and sent after cities, so that's what makes it I guess different than
Mhm.
normal.
The capturing the storm here has two effects. For one thing, the storm will not continue to rage in the
Mhm.
Fey realm, which is kind of a bonus for anyone who is being affected by this who doesn't have any problems with us. And then secondly, capturing this storm will also prove to them that if they lodge a complaint, we're gonna handle it. You know, if you're in a business and there's something you need to clean up, you complain to the manager, and someone's gonna get a mop and mop it up. You know,
So
Mhm.
while this conversation, just give me 1 second, because Glyza was wanting Darla to do something.
oh, absolutely. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
no, okay. So you begin to try to tune in to your two-way radio with in your head with your patron, and it luckily it surpasses location and even which realm you're in. So uh, you tap in. It seems to be the connection's a little faint. It doesn't sound like a radio connection or anything, but it's like just lower volume. The conversation that you're having with him. Not necessarily because he's whispering. It's just lower volume than it normally is. Darla,
Where are you?
I chased one of those bastards into a portal, and then they turned me into a fucking popsicle, and now I'm just sitting in this room made of ice. They gave me a bunch of furs and like some sort of lantern that kind of keeps me warm, I guess. But yeah, they've just got me posted up in here. It's not really like a prison cell or anything. It's more like I don't know, like one of those ice motels on Earth.
Are you stuck there? You can't leave or anything?
No, no, they froze the entranceway shut, and I've tried punching it open and it doesn't work. Are you
Cool.
okay?
I'm fine. Well, I'll talk to you later, okay?
No, hey, listen. Can you get me out of here?
Uh,
I'll owe you one.
Maybe. We'll see. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for saving me. I owe you one. I'll
But
probably
seriously,
get
when
you
I
out of there.
mean it,
Just
if you can get me out of here, I will owe you one. I mean it. Like,
like owe me.
owe you, yes. Debt. We'll
Alright.
we'll do the paperwork and everything.
Awesome. Yeah, just sit tight and we'll probably be there soon. I don't know. I'll just chill.
Yeah.
Chill.
That's so funny. Okay. All right.
And then I end the thing without even saying goodbye. I just go
Bye.
shoo.
I love. Okay. Never mind.
And then I come back to the conversation that's happening between them, and I just listen.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, quite frankly, it's the best solution compared to going to court with no foreseeable asset. It is the best reduction of harm that we could do, and then we have something in our hands that is a bargaining chip. So it serves a lot of uses. This is the best plan I could come up with that doesn't involve you doing a sacrifice play. Like we talked about yesterday night. Like I'm not.
Alan, I have mentioned this before. I am not making the sacrifice play because I am not going to. I would never make the ultimate sacrifice. You do know that.
I am just saying that we don't have to give anything up right now. We can just do this ritual, which I have
Right.
been researching and practicing, so that we can come in with, if we decide to go in at all, with the best hand.
Well, I'm not arguing. I do think that it is a good plan, solid plan for you and you all.
but not for you.
Can be.
Okay, just cause some clarification.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Real quick, I want to move over to some a little bit more of the mechanical aspects of this game. Uh, just because I like giving you all XP, and these moves can lead to some pretty interesting stuff. So, since everyone just spent their XP, everyone could use a check mark in power. Um, you, everyone has, everyone can either study a place of power and study the Forgotten Room, or alternatively, you can put a name to a face for Ray, who is also power. So, if
Forgotten
anybody,
room.
I assume everybody wants to do that so they can get an XP because XP is good. So go ahead and just roll whatever you want to roll, and then I'll start working through people, and we'll just this will probably be the rest of our session for the most part. But
I rolled a 7 on put a name to a face.
okay, that's a hit.
10.
All right, well, 10. Okay, let's see.
And we're rolling what for? What?
2d6 plus your 2d6 plus your power.
That is an 11.
Okay. I'm just putting it in Roll20 chat so I can see it. And Frank, you got to. Do you want to either study a place of power or put a name to a face?
Place.
All right. So we, yeah, let's see. All right.
Did I do
okay,
a roll?
cool. You did a roll.
Yes, I did.
You did
do
a good roll too. I'm very proud of you. And your
Thank
good
you.
roll. Okay.
Oh, I did study a place, by the way.
Study a
just
place?
to- yeah.
Okay, we'll just go in order that we have them listed here, just because that's easy. Keen,
Yep.
are you doing study a place or put a name to a face?
Put a name.
Put a name to a face. Okay, so you rolled a 12. That's very
Mhm.
good. Okay, so on a hit, you know the ripping. Okay, yeah, so you know, your character definitely knows what I said earlier about Ray assuming the role of Indigo and dressing up and kicking ass and protecting humans.
Mhm.
And you know that Ray is quite educated and quite powerful, and is from what you heard, one of the more trustworthy people in this, in this vile town. It's
Mhm.
a verbatim quote you've heard. And on a 10 plus, so you have dealt with Ray before.
Hmm.
So what's a way that you've dealt with Ray? No, that rhymes, but
What's a way?
could you have done a scheme with them, or
I could have offered
they're
him.
relatively young. He's relatively young. He could have hung out at your
He could be
place.
hung out in my place before.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay,
know, possibly.
that works. Yeah, when Ray's not studying or kicking ass, Ray is playing video games at the PC bong.
Mhm.
You have heard tell of Ray once defeating an entire like group of these like biker hooligans who ended up like having a knife fight like with some rival members uh, in the middle of like a public park,
Mhm.
and a couple of humans um, were walking like their dog late at night or whatever, and ended up seeing this go down, and so they had like captured these people and were going to, and we're like, oh, they saw us, we're like potentially going to hurt them, and Ray jumped in costume and like ended up like beating the shit out of like 9 bulky gym rat biker dudes. um one of Ray's claim to fame. um and So, what you could learn something else interesting or useful about them, or they can owe you a debt. Your choice. What would you like?
Is this even a choice to begin with?
Yeah. Okay. Uh, we'll say. Let's see. What are some of your services again? Let me look here. Operating place of power, creating forgeries, disguises. Okay. We'll say Ray needed a realistic human disguise for a mission,
Yes.
and he owes you one for it. So make
Mhm.
note of that on your debts to collect.
Mhm.
All right, awesome. So we will move on to Holiday. So Holiday, you got a 7. So which particular one were you were doing? The place of power or the name to a face?
I picked Name to a Face.
Name to a face. Okay. So we're gonna learn all kinds of stuff about Ray tonight. It's gonna be great. So they are. So a lot of the stuff that I said already, you're kind of, you're just generally aware of. You haven't you haven't heard about the whole like knife fight biker gang incident before, but you have heard um, you have heard that Ray has a very powerful bloodline, and is comes from not not necessarily a royal bloodline, but like magically powerful bloodline. Like uh, Ray's family goes back generations and generations of being protectors of Earth. Um, it's, something it's just something interesting about them. That their blood could be valuable. I don't know. I don't know why I worded it like that. um, but yes. And I would say, let's say you rolled a 7, so you haven't dealt with them before. Hmm. But yes, Ray does have a like a powerful reputation for being a staunch protector. Um, and has had run-ins with all sorts of supernatural creatures and has no bias towards one or another. It's just if someone starts messing with humans and Indigo finds out about it, they're likely gonna probably track you down.
Gotcha.
All right, so Alan, you obviously did put a name to a face as well because you have no need to. I don't know. I guess you could study your own house. I just
Alright.
figured you had before, but which one do you want to do?
Um, I mean, he cares about Rika and he cares about this kid. So yeah, put a name to a face. The mysteries
Okay.
of the Forgotten Realm can continue to be mysteries for him.
Okay. You're aware of the knife fight incident and a lot. Again, you rolled a 12. You're aware of pretty much everything I've said about Ray so far. Um, uh, Academically, uh, Ray is an excellent student, and has written, has already actually written a book, and you intend to read it. You figure you might learn a bit about this person based on their writing, maybe. It is They are a forensic anthropology student. Um, I would assume they're in grad school, but it's just like that. The fact that they've already written a book is pretty amazing. It is particularly interesting. It's about uh, people's perception on the field of forensic anthropology and how it differs from the actual field, and it goes through like real world examples and from both Ray's experience and Ray's fellow students and colleagues and stuff. So might be interesting. You're a wizard. You could probably put back some pages if it's nothing. So
Yeah, speed reading his deal.
um, and you would you like to have would you like for Ray to owe you a debt, or would you like to learn some? Would you like to make me spontaneously come up with something else interesting and useful about that, which I'm okay with doing.
Sorry. Is that to me or to someone else?
It's still you because you rolled a 12, so yours was a little more.
No, I rolled a 10.
A 10. Oh, it's still same thing.
Okay,
On a
yeah.
10 plus, you get to choose whether they owe you one or you learn one interesting.
I'll say they owe me a debt. I think it's fair.
Okay. Do you have any ideas about why Ray might owe you a debt? Oh, probably because the saving thing. We can just say that.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. The rescue. And I honestly would say that I honestly would probably say that you would owe Holiday a debt for the. I don't know. It's up to Holiday. Do you want to try and make them owe you a debt for healing Ray, or you just swear? Was that pro bono?
Pro bono.
Pro bono. Okay. All right. Cool. We're cool. Just making sure. And all right. So we'll move down to Darla, who got an 11. You did study a place of power, or
Study a place of power.
Okay, cool. So you're studying the home here, just getting, especially because you kind of stepped away and were just like probably had a moment to like look around at the place while you were talking to Phoenix and stuff. So you okay. You're looking at like shelves of knickknacks and stuff,
Mhm.
and you find something that Frank finds as well. Frank finds it because you find it.
Mhm.
You pick up like you don't really know why you pick it up. Let's see if you pick it up, if that's okay. I don't know how. Let's look at some of the moves here. Let's see, what would this be? What would this be? Mislead, distracted, trick? No. I guess escape a situation in a roundabout way. Let's do
Roll with blood.
yeah. You find yourself compelled to like pick up this jewelry box that's on the shelf. It's old wooden.
I got
scribe jewelry
because
box.
of my blood. 7.
7. Okay, that is a hit. Okay, no, that is a 7 and 9. Okay, so you can choose one of these bullet points here on escape a situation under the basic moves tab on our spreadsheet.
Mm.
And then I get to choose one afterwards.
I'm gonna give in to my base nature and mark a corruption.
Cool. You have to like tap into your demonic power just like to resist.
Picking it up to resist picking it up.
Yeah.
Oh.
To resist. Yeah, resist picking it up. It's like a will save situation. Okay. You feel physically weak from doing this as well, from resisting this. So take like a light harm. That can be slept off. So that's more of like I'm just weak or bruised type situation.
Okay. Like a
You're
faint harm.
Yeah, faint. Yep. Sorry. But yes, you take one harm from this as well. But yeah, I mentioned Frank because you look over there and notice Darla uh, headed towards the shelf, and you kind of like hone in on what she's sort of reaching for at first, and that's when you begin to have a vision. Um, it starts off exactly like the very first vision you had at the very start of this campaign, where you imagined um, a faceless, or sorry, not imagined, but you had a vision of a faceless person giving uh, giving Alan a cursed jewelry box, and then Alan becoming very weak and uh, and and just dying in his bathtub from just becoming drained of all of his like life energy. It was very gaunt and pale, and you begin to see all of that play over in your head again, exactly as before. But then it rewinds, almost just like you're on a VCR. For those at home, that plays the tapes. I'm just kidding. So much like a VCR, you rewind the whole scene, and you see a couple of things are different. Alan's character is no longer Alan. Alan is a different person. Um, Alan is instead of Alan, it is a woman. She has dark tan skin. She seems like she might be like of Middle Eastern descent. Uh, you, uh, she's got um, she's got like a wizard, like your classic wizard robe on, and a book open in her hand. She's got long black hair braided in the back, and she's reading something while and having a conversation with the faceless person. You can even hear the conversation clear as day. Like, yes, my research has led me to some dark corners of the arcana. I'm afraid I may have to resort to necromancy for what I must do. Um, and what is it that you said you had for me? And then you the voice of the faceless person is like you can't really understand it at first, and it's kind of like just a muffled, and but then it clears up after a few seconds, and you hear just like a deep man's voice. Uh, he, hold on one second. He says, "This jewelry box was my grandmother's. I wanted to give it to you. I believe you can store your valuables in it and it will keep them safe. It is magical, you see. It cannot be opened once it is sealed by the new owner, unless the owner opens it." And it's you get a good look, and it's that exact box. And this wizard lady seems very I don't know, apathetic about it. We'll just sit it right over there. I'm busy. You're welcome to stay for tea, but again, I have to finish 3 more chapters of this before I can have leisure time. And the faceless man, uh, you begin to actually see his face. It's let's see if it's someone you recognize. Actually, this would be a good. I hate to do it, but another put a name to a face. Except this time, gain a rank in knight.
Night. No night.
So yeah, so you'll have 2 XP for this session. Everyone else will probably just have 1. Sorry, everybody. But okay, yeah. So roll. Yeah, 2d6 plus 9.
Rolling night. Meow.
Okay, 7. All right, so that is a hit. Um,
Just
is a
barely.
yes. This is not an NPC that I have listed in. This is not one I have created. But I'm gonna make note of this. Give me one second. Let me pull my notepad out. Tab open. Okay. Okay. So this person is okay. So he's a tall, almost like Viking-esque, like bearded, bearded guy with tattoos of of runes on his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily like Futhark, like Viking runes, but like just all sorts of like arcane runes tattooed on the tops of his hands and on his arms. He's wearing a coat, like and a suit, but he's got his sleeves rolled up, and he really likes his eyeliner. It seems because it's very thick, and he he does not give you a very good vibe. You because you know this man is a necromancer. At the time of this vision, maybe that wasn't known because it didn't, because she kind of seemed like ashamed to say I might have to resort to necromancy. I mean, like a weird thing to say to a necromancer, so maybe she didn't know. But that could have been years ago. But at this point, this guy is a necromancer who you've heard heard about in passing and seen pictures of. He was here in Linwood Cove back in the 80s and was raiding graveyards and trying to build an army and take over the city and all sorts of stuff. But his plans were squashed and people haven't known where he's gone since.
Well, dang.
Yeah. And then so while that vision's going on, the rest of your conversation was completely interrupted by loud dial-up noises coming out of Frank's mouth. How do the rest of you react to this?
Oh, great! Fate sounds the facts.
I would be right next to Frank at this moment. I'd be like, "What the?" And I will just stare at Frank as his mouth is open and he is going dial-up noises.
It lasts
He's booting up.
a good 10 minutes.
10 minutes is a long time
I know.
for just somebody to go.
Exactly.
I'm like,
I get some water ready for him.
Yeah, he's gonna have dry mouth for sure. The worst case. Perfect. And so that was, yeah, we worked through everyone's roles. Okay. So Frank, you come to and everyone's just kind of standing around you like, what the, and you see Darla's snapping over your face again whenever you come to.
How's
I
it
don't
going?
have any.
you okay?
I don't have any jokes about a necromancer. It's like what did one neck say to the other neck? Let's go on a date because I'm a necromancer.
That was pretty good one.
Is
That
this a
was
vampire joke?
Very. That was weird.
That's a good one. That's why I'm not the joke master here.
Necromancer
I'm
jokes are
laughing.
getting old. It's like being a dead horse.
That's not
A
that's not
life.
funny. I like horses.
Feeding a dead horse to life, I guess.
Being a horse to life, yes.
You know, I am a
you're
supernatural, but even
you
I
completed
think
the joke. Thank you,
dead
thank you,
horse is
Darla.
very morning.
You're welcome.
You're right, Keen.
You evolved the joke, yeah.
It's not a good joke.
Remember that bath bomb incident?
Yes.
It has something to do with a necromancer, and not a vampire necromancer, an actual necromancer.
So someone that might kill me in the future has okay. So is it so someone who might kill
But
me in
he's from
future
the
is a necromancer.
past. Maybe you're already dead.
Am I?
I pinch him.
We have figured it out, everybody. Alan is already dead.
He doesn't seem dead.
So, anyways, I'm gonna go to the playground and get that whole thing started. You guys are free to come with me if you like.
Yeah. I'll come along.
Like right now, it's like 4 a.m.
The sooner we handle this, the less likely we'll have to run into Winterfell.
Is
You
there
know-
a tunnel
Or-
somewhere?
Or we could bring this to a close. We're all together. We should rest.
I agree. We all should rest. If we're gonna do some sort of ritual, we should rest first and then do it first thing in the morning. Mostly because nobody's in the playground anyway. There's no rush. We're not trying to avoid any.
Fair. I mean, the sanctum is warded against the any force outside of the actual sanctum, so we should be fine.
That's
Alright.
good.
Plus,
Okay.
I want Phoenix to suffer a little bit.
What's
We're
up
in
with
no
Phoenix?
hurry. Oh, he's stuck there. They took him or
Oh.
something.
Great.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
you
leave
know.
him there.
No
That's your
rush.
fault.
Leave them there. Yes.
I would, but he said he would owe me, and this might be a way for me to,
But-
cut
Oh, he
stuff
does.
off.
I mean,
Okay.
okay, sure, fine.
That-
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, let him suffer though. First, we're not in a hurry. It's fine.
Yeah. Right.
I love that so much. Sorry.
All right, so we'll go ahead and yeah. Do you guys want anything? Do you want me to order anything? Pizza? Actually, we just got some takeout. I think Rico just bought some takeout. We can
Dig
dig into
into
that.
that.
yeah.
Oh, I saw your car outside. I'm sorry, by the way. I know you love that car.
Don't be.
I wasn't in love with the car, but I sure do miss having a very working, functioning car. I do prefer my life though. Like between that car, Rika's life, Ray's life, my life. I mean, Frank did me a solid. So
All right, I was just saying, like I knew you cared about the car a little bit, but if you didn't care that much, it's fine, I guess.
well, I care about my car as much as it's my property. There wasn't really
Right.
anything special about that car.
If needed, Alan, I do have connections. This is not no debt at all. I can definitely hook you up with an auto service to
don't-
fix your
don't.
car.
Don't.
I
think
mean this out of sincerity, please.
I can take care of
Trust
it.
me
And
this
then
once.
looks into a mirror and says, "Like a good neighbor, State Farm Reserve. Like a good neighbor, State Farm Reserve. Still like a good neighbor, State Farm Reserve."
You hear Rika speak up. She's standing at the door, looking out the window. She's like, well, it looks like we've got a couple of visitors outside. 4 of them,
damn
in
it.
fact.
Do they have matching attire?
Yeah, it's the Fae. It's some more of the
Wait,
Fae.
you said we're warded though, right?
We are warded. The sanctum is warded.
Just why don't we talk to them? I mean, they're not after me. Why don't I just go out there and talk to them?
Absolutely.
No, no,
not.
no, 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 no. If there's going to be any instrument of diplomacy, it should be.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Why
good
don't we take a
The
stink
actual
bomb
Fae.
and throw it at them from the window?
Shut up.
And that's where we'll call it with Mr. Holiday going, "Shut up," and then just like an anime, it just abruptly ends, and it'll
This is
pick
why
back up.
Alan wanted to go. This is why he wanted to do it now.
So,
of all times.
Yes. Yeah. So next session, we'll pick back up. Barring any absences, with all of y'all standing. Well, I mean, even if we have absences, I'll get with people in between and figure out what we're gonna do. But we'll
Cool.
we'll be able to do this.
There will
Pick
be
up
a
with this
nap.
scene. we'll be able to pick up with this
There
scene.
has to be a nap. We can't just go. Let
Yeah,
them wait
well, plus,
outside.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, 100%. Plus, you're in this warded building. You could literally just be like, we'll sleep this
Oof.
off and then talk to him when we're rested. But for sure, no, definitely gonna be a nap. It's 4 a.m. All right, cool. Well, I had a lot of fun. I hope
Yeah.
anyone watching or playing did as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, have a good time.
Cool. So we can go around if you want to go around, Anthony, and call out people to do outros.
Okay, let's just do this in reverse. Frank, Cat and Schrendiger. Do you want to just go through it?
Yeah. I'm a cat named Schrodinger. I exist. I played Frank, and I am very tired. Um, for I don't know what reason. You can catch me back here next week, same time, same place, and I think we're doing a thing on Thursday that I will let somebody else explain. And that's all the things.
Hi, my name is Brian Ha. I play Keen. I'm also a actor. I do voice work as well. Um, Storyteller, performer, creator. Yeah, that's me. That's all. Nothing to add.
Thank you very kindly. All right, Darla.
I'm Glyza. I'm a person of many hats, but you're here for TTRPG, so let me tell you some stuff about TTRPG. Tomorrow is the premiere of T3RPG The Heist. It is the first show that is appearing on my channel. Um, watch it just because it's a great story, but also because we're giving away stuff. There's going to be a discount code for session 0, and there's also going to be a art commission, a free art commission if you win. Basically, it's worth $100 to $200. So if you want some character art made for your specific character, watch tomorrow and you might have a chance to win. And then on Thursdays, I'm on Esper Genesis, where I play a space ninja. And it's on Atomic Zero's channel. And then Fridays, it's Knights of Thala. And I'm excited for the end of the week because that means it's Monday again. And then we get to figure out what's going to happen with Darla and the group, especially whether, we all survive this thing that's happening to us. But you can find me everywhere on bio.link/classical Glyza, or just follow me on Twitter at classical Glyza.
Thank you, Glyza. All right, check her stuff out. Tomorrow's gonna be exciting. Then we have Leland, our MC.
Hey everybody, you can find me everywhere on the interwebs at Leopold the Just. As far as what I'm doing right now, that's cool. Not too much. I'm playing in 2 games on this channel, so that's really cool. But trying to get into some other stuff. So if anybody has any, I guess like what are my days? Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and what are the other ones? Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and probably even Saturdays. Yeah, if anybody's got anything, hit me up. I want to play some more games. I like games.
Cool math
I
games.
just really like games. Anyway, yeah, at Leopold the Just, I promote all sorts of shit. That's just what I do. So social media manager for tabletop RPG stuff. So you can follow me and find out about more cool stuff too that I am only marginally involved with, but I still promote it. All right. Next,
we have Vinvox VA.
Hi guys, it's me, Vin again, at VinVoxVA on Twitter. I'm a voice actor who does tabletop things, and boy howdy, am I doing tabletop things. Catch me on Fridays on Sladies for some TSL, Thirsty Sword Lesbians. We're kind of wrapping that up, and it's been a great time. Sliding into Saturday, I'm doing some more Urban Shadows. Trouble in the Second City, New Blood. We did a 3-shot a little whiles back, and we're back. And we're finding God because God was lost at the end of our 3-shot. We're just on YouTube. You can find it on Selena's channel. Sundays, Gehenna Gaming. We have some Strixhaven after the fall, and once I roll out of TSL on Fridays, I'll be on Gehenna for some Workborg, which has been super fantastic. Last Friday they had an April Fool's game based on DuckTales, which is, it's a thing that happened, and it was great. And I have one more show with Gehenna, which hasn't been announced yet, but keep your eye out. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And that's me.
Oh, sorry, I keep hitting different button. Hi, thank you, Vin. Finally, it is me, Alan Lore, Chandback Xavier. I have a D&D stream coming on Thursdays. Next Thursday, not this week's Thursday. I believe that is the 14th. We have Tal'Dorei Reborn, Ruin in Westrun. I'll be putting up an ad sometime in the next couple of days just to tell you guys what might be happening and what time you can watch it at. It's gonna be a great time. 3 of our players here are gonna be playing: Leland, Leopold the Just, Cat Schwindinger, and Keen at Cagebird's Lonin. We're gonna have a great time in the dividing plains of Tal'Dorei, Exandria. There is a lot afoot, and I'm excited for you guys to find out what's going on. Well, that's basically it, and otherwise I'm here. So you can find me doing tabletop stuff here on this channel, and maybe just chilling out on the internet on Twitter. So yeah, that's about it. So from everyone here at Urban Chow Somehow Human, we love y'all. Thanks for checking in again with our little show, and I'm excited to see how things progress next Monday. Bye-bye!